Hello, gamers. I think it's clear this week we're cooking a little bit. I'm not promising greatness. I'm not promising a return to 1600. I'm simply a guy with the exact same elo as Motaz Kick Butt. It's nice to see the elos all in a similar range. Hi, Tom. Pardon me, I got the beef jerky burps. Hi, Tomo. Okay, if we're identifying weaknesses, haven't had great names so far. Flopping failures, pretty good. Bad ghosts, I wouldn't know them. Except that those ghosts that were haunting Tony Shalhoub in 13 Ghosts. Tony Shalhoub, Shannon Elizabeth. I want to say maybe Jamie Kennedy. Hang on, let me go on my phone here for a second. That was a certified like sleepover classic in the 8th grade. 13 Ghosts. 2001, 5.6 on IMDb. That's not great. 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's really bad. Let's see. We got Matthew Lillard, Shannon Elizabeth, Tony Shalhoub, and not being rude, but a lot of actors and actresses for whom probably 13 Ghosts is all I would know them from. Now, this is an interesting start. Okay, hang on. 13 Ghosts. Directed by Steve Beck in his directorial debut. He also did Ghost Ship. And that's it, man. What happened? He retired. He struck gold twice and he said, I'm out. So it stars F. Murray Abraham. I didn't know about that. I apologize. Plot. Ghost hunter Cyrus Kritikos and his psychic assistant Dennis Rafkin lead a team on a mission to capture a spirit called the Juggernaut. Sorry. That's a good one. As that and it's not The Haunting of Hill House. House on Haunted Hill with Catherine Zeta-Jones. The Bone Collector. Every one of those horror movies had like one moment that everybody who saw them at a certain age remembers. 13 Ghosts is the Resident Evil where the dude gets cut in half by the door and then like he goes, and then like both halves of his body then slide away from one another. Call me crazy on this one. I'm taking another level just to see what we get. We could have triple sold, but I'm thrilled with how this worked. You're gonna buy me, then that allows me to get a sell, and the man is cooking with unleaded gasoline. Now I would have loved to have had the giraffe as well, but it is what it is, okay? Bone Collector is when the lady's in the back seat of the taxi, and then she tries to get out, but they lock the door, and the way that it used to work is like you would just pull the lock up if you were in the back seat. But then the locks are sharpened bones, and you're like, oh no, lady, the taxi driver is the Bone Collector! And I feel like House on Haunted Hill was like a scene where like you see a ghost's face in a blanket or something, or in a curtain. I could be mistaken. I'm rolling. I want to see something half decent. I would still feel content to add a jellyfish to the ecosystem. I don't really see a seahorse getting there. In that case, are we really going to run double dromedary? No, I don't think so. I think we're going to abandon the seahorse, and we're just going to get the dromedary to possibly level up. And the jellyfish is basically like, listen, if our opponent has a nuclear bomb, we would also like to have a nuclear bomb. I would rather not have to use my nuclear bomb. But if they have a nuclear bomb and I don't have a nuclear bomb, then if I'm ever like, hey, give me some coffee and I'll give you some iron, they're like, how about you just give me the iron or I drop a nuclear bomb on you? So I'm like, I need to have the jellyfish just in case. This is the most foreign policy aware streamer of all time. 2-hour video essay explaining geopolitics through the lens of Super Auto Pet's power structures. But listen, okay? It's just, we need to have, if on the off chance we get many more jellyfish, we'll be happy we picked up one just as an option. You know, it's like putting the granola bar on your car before you go on a road trip. You're probably going to stop at Mod Pizza, but if something goes wrong and you break down on the side of the road, you're going to be happy to have the Nature Valley, okay? Let me see what we got. I'm not Royal Flycatcher Pilt. Now I'm going to put a croissant on you. I'm going to level the dromedary. I think at this point we could cut bait on the seahorse, run a hawk instead. Very good at countering position 1 strong units like hippos, especially if we get like a skunk in the future. You're gonna get dromedaried, which is nice, and it's kind of like, it's awkward, but it's good. You know, like the dinner party episode of The Office. It's awkward to have a level 1.5 jellyfish, but it's kind of good to at least be knocking on the door of a level 2. Because you saw the power of those alpacas last time. I'm not saying it'll work as easily in ranked as it will in arena, or as it did in arena that one time at least, but anyway, I'm feeling okay about our team so far. You know, an Ox, their Ox is also pretty strong admittedly, but an Ox that's doing some good work. I don't think Buffalo, I mean, you prove me wrong, I guess. Maybe Buffalo does do something this week. Without seeing any cell triggers, I'm skeptical. Okay, I'm gonna spend just in case. This is a little bit more just in case ball. And then, I mean, you know where this is going. We're gonna level you next turn. Anybody needs some honey? I would say no. In that case, as rough as this look, you know, I'll just buy you. An extra 1/1 on you isn't the end of the world, even if we end up selling you. For now, we'll get the jellyfish leveled next turn. And it could spit out an alpaca. And if that happens, I'm not saying it's an easy 10, because again, the dynamics are different. But it's pretty nice. Now, does anybody else have a level 2 jellyfish? You're on a level 1. Jellyfish might not be the be-all, end-all this week. I mean, you really want to get it leveled to 2 as fast as possible, and this has not been as fast as possible. But I think Hippo can also go crazy this week, and I'm sure there's some archetypes that I've never even considered that can do some work as well. But I definitely feel like we have as I like to say, a logical through line. We got a pretty easy game to pilot right now, which always feels nice. Without a scaler, I don't think the lion's where we want to be. I think it's really hard to not take a crane, knowing how good it can be. And it is going to, yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. You know, I think the Ox is still going to be fine, even without having the extra support. And if it hits level 2, even better. But the extra support from the sheep, I mean. I think getting some form of scaling out here is going to help. Even if it is 1/1 per turn. The only team we don't want to go up against is the Monster King right now, because it'll disrupt our order for getting the crane to pop. But we went up against them last time, so the odds of us going up against them this time has got to be like 1 in 7 or less, right? I know that, again, I don't know if the pairings are random, in which case it would be 1 in 7, or if it's like there's a wait to not play the person you just played. I lived. Will it matter? Will it matter? It didn't matter. Okay, your team's a little spicy too. Your team's a little spicy too. You got your own jellyfish in there. Got to put some respect on your name. How about you take... you're going to scale yourself. How about you take this then? Take another one. For now, the jellyfish, just give the jellyfish its time. Give it its day in the sun. The Ox getting more stats makes it scale better into the late game. We're about to get organic turn 5. Or organic tier 5. So we could sell dromedary, sell penguin, run 2 alpacas, sell a crane, get a level 2 crane, get a level 2 jellyfish that then we put on top of our other level 2 jellyfish, which creates a level 3 jellyfish, and then... I said, I promise you this, if you check my mathematical calculation, every time you'll find the mathematic is correct at all time. Level of Pogs, lower than I thought, quite frankly, lower than I thought. Still doing okay, though. I'm not going to blow the whole team up over a 2-game losing streak here when we still got 3 lives left. Everybody relax. Give me this. At the moment, I would feel content doing this. We're relaxing. The Monster King is kind of spooking me. You know, I think I'm going to put some garlic on you. And I mean, this is kind of, to some extent, we're kind of locked in here. I'd really like someone to knock you out. 25-24 salamander with a melon on top of it. You got me a little bit spooked, to be honest. Now, I'm not as confident that we're going to be in like the top 2 anymore. I do feel pretty good about us making the top half. Just looking at, like, your team notwithstanding, I think we do. I mean, we did just lose to somebody who I look at their team and I'm like, oh, we rinse them easily. So what do I know? We're just waiting. We're good enough that the spring is getting coiled to then go bling and launch us to the bonus area where we collect. We get 8 Wumpa fruits. We get a secret gem. I'm very eager for that secret gem. Very interested in it. That one felt good. Okay, we've eliminated some of the competition. Hippos are going to be scary because we're still rolling skunkless, but it's not like we have much control over that. Never mind. We do have some control over that. Give me a brief stinky sock. A level hits the spot, and then I really don't want a gorilla. But I would say it definitely is a good addition to what we had going. We'll freeze the chocolate. I don't know what we're going to do with the chocolate, brother. I would love to have alpacas, or maybe next turn we get a dragon. I know we're always asking for a dragon, but it's a great situation for it. It's a good situation for it. 3 people on lethal. Not the Monster King, man. It's been so long since I fought them. They got their own dragon. Oh, baby! Just barely holding on against these hippo teams. The Monster King has made it again. We got to make a gamble of when we're fighting them, man, because I'm not ready for this. Take some pizza. I'm not going to spend enough to get you where you need to go. I'm just being honest with you. We do need a dragon. I know you just got the pizza. We're going to have to sell 2 units. It's going to be you and it's going to be you. So just get out of here early. You're gone. You're here. You're gone. You're here. And then just being straight up with you, we don't really need the jellyfish to level up again. It's way more important the dragon levels up with this chocolate. Okay, now let me look at this. I think no matter what, we don't want... Wait, who has the hippo? Actually, they almost all have hippos. But we just fought Gamster. Okay. 6 damage. I can live with this. We want a weak unit up at the front to take out either a melon or a lionfish without busting our own jellyfish, okay? It kind of worked. Nothing kind of about it, brother. That's what we call working. Okay, we're in the top 3. Everybody else is on 1 life. We have a dragon. Things got a little hot for a minute, and now it seems like we might have a pretty good chance, honestly. You're going to get sold. And my 2 cents here is probably pretty obvious. I would much rather run... I was going to say 4 squatted with a melon, but we don't have the numbers for that. Okay, that's totally fine. I would even consider selling you and just getting the roll out of it to try to maximize our chances of getting that level 2 dragon, but whatever. Whatever. Is Le Monstre King still around? I didn't even look. It is. Le Monstre King clone! Okay, their team is better than mine, but not by much. It's just me and the Monster King. Okay, we can play around them a little bit, I think, here. Now, just make sure you don't screw this one up, okay? So I think you're going to probably want your tier 1 unit to be up at the front. Knowing that we're on 2 life, well, we should try to win this one, right? So you got a big laddie. We want to break you and then break you once more. So 35. You would kill... No, you would... Okay. And you're going to shoot position 3. And you got a stinky sock. Shoot position 3 doesn't matter to me. Crazy as it sounds... Watch this. I know this is goofy to have a melon on you. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, we break your melon with our useless unit. Then Ox kills your best unit or they trade. And then hopefully our gorilla just goes buck wild on the rest of the squad. That's a level 2 stinky sock. Now that's something I considered, and yet... Oh, baby! Okay, give me some points, man. Give me some points. Good game, Le Monster King. The Salamander, you got me interested with that Salamander. Lack of lollipop is obviously bearish for Salamander, but you did some great work with it. No doubt about that. Come on. Come on, hit me. I want you to hit me. You know what, actually? What are we? We're 16 minutes in. I gotta run an arena, I think. We gotta be economical with our time today. So give me this, and I'll consider a ferret. Consider the coconut. Consider its leaves. How about a jar mouth? Wow, that's just... I don't know. It's not something you hear as a descriptor of a mouth too often. A gape, maybe, and I'm not saying anything about that, by the way. You're the sickos, as far as I'm concerned. I'm kind of feeling like we're in a good rhythm here, with like one ranked and one arena per episode here for the moment. And again, I've changed my philosophy. I would love to have 2 trophies, but I'm thrilled to just be on 5 life. Even though the trophies mean more in this version. Okay. You're gone. You're a good enough unit to be on the squad when we do the level up. It's interesting, but I don't know. I don't think there's that much toy enabling this week. I'd rather just sell you into a sheep, which has been good for us. It's also something I didn't really consider is that it's kind of nice. To lose round 2, as long as you drew or won round 1, because then when the snail shows up, you're getting HP for nothing. Like you didn't. Oh wow, the royal flycatcher snipe. That was like an ideal situation for the royal flycatcher, and they still lost. I'm never taking that lad this week. Unless I get beaten by a squad that, like, like, trounces me. We're not messing around with a royal flycatcher, man. If it can't beat... You son of a gun. If it can't beat early, sturgeon... Holy cow, what a draw. If it can't beat early sturgeon and early sheep on the same team, it can't beat anything, man. Sheep meat? Take some of this. So, I would say for right now, our big problem... Forget the jellyfish for this round, even though I'd love to have it. Our big problem is that we haven't won enough. Our HP is fine, but we are now, like, you know, destined to play into the late game, which is spooky. Always a spooky situation. But I think that my late game is kind of good this week. Because you just need to buy dragon. Of course, you need to get dragon in that case, but... So we want this, and this, and this. Also feels like so weird to not know what my opponents are going to have. I never thought I would be a counter pick Andy, but here I am. Okay, I see what you guys, see what you did there. I think you got something pretty good going with that jellyfish. Maybe not good enough. The mathematic is correct at all time. You're gone. You're here. You're gone. I know it makes our penguin a little worse, but the skunk... Nobody ever went broke buying skunks, man. One of the most important lessons about super auto pets. We need a skunk to counter our opponent's skunk, because they need a skunk to counter our hippo. We need a hippo to counter their hippo. We need a skunk to counter their hippo. We need a hippo to counter their skunk. I'm not even sweating this. Your team's better. You win those. Enjoy it. Savor it. It may be the last time. May not be. May not. You might get me next time, too. Nah. Yeah? Okay, next round, chocolate would go crazy. I'm like, every time I'm just begging for alpacas, too. Did I not just... Didn't we do this earlier? What's going on here? We're just going round and around like Jim Barish and Clementine Krasinski, okay? Joel Barish. Sorry, embarrassing. They're going to call me out on the forums for that. They're going to say he's not a real Michelle Gondry, Charlie Kaufman head. I am a real Michelle Gondry, Charlie Kaufman head, okay? Don't embarrass me. It's weird to level a giraffe because it would steal a buff, possibly. Unless I sold a sheep and leveled a giraffe. Yeah, be smart here. The skunk needs to level more. I could sell you, run a lionfish. Lionfish is interesting. It sucks to sell you right now, though. Well, okay. We're not... The giraffe has hit dead-end levels. We're definitely going to level the penguin. But I think that means we're going to sell a sheep and maybe we'll be rolling like a lionfish instead. I don't know. I haven't really given it enough thought, maybe. And listen, we're not going to run through these teams. This is not a 50-50 jellyfish turn 8, okay? We might actually be in a tight spot, but for the time being, we're going to let it ride. No, we don't. I should have leveled the skunk. I think I've made a grievous error. You know what? This is a weekly where I feel like, thank you. Okay, now I don't want the llama for once, the alpaca, but this is a weekly where I don't think we can scale our way out of all of our problems. But imagine if I'm wrong, and we can. Okay, 2 chocolate is like, it's a blessing, man. What do you do with 2 chocolate? I'm so sorry to anybody who thought we were going to mix it up. Because we're going to buy a dragon. We're going to give the dragon 2 chocolate. I know we could have gone level 3 hippo. It's just not... It just doesn't appeal to me as much as having a level 2 dragon out there ASAP. So, the dream is that we don't lose this round. But even if we do, it's going to be hard to complain, I think. Oh, please, I'm complaining. Ah! I would say we're locked in now. Now, I do think we still need the skunk. But from this point onwards, tier 1s are the only thing that matters. And then, I can be a smart guy like Taj Mowry, and I could take melon helmet so that our hippo can have a melon in 2 turns. Now we're talking. And the buffs, they do be buffing. The math do be mathin'. It feels good. When it just works out, it feels great. I mean, we're like... I couldn't have asked for a better weekly, considering like how much recording I'm going to be doing over the next, I don't know, 6 hours. This is beautiful. It makes the time fly by. I don't even want a level 3 skunk, man. It's not necessary. Skip me, obviously. And then right here, I think it's a gimme. Crazy as it seems, you're running a melon on a penguin. When you got melons on your scalers, you know you're doing good. You know you got something going right. It's a large lad. Not quite as large as he needed to be, though. Not quite as large as he needed to be. 2 more wins. We made the pivot. Oh, baby, and a free melon? Oh, can't you hear me, Ella? You're giving me a melon. Melon! Know what I'm talking about? The Simpsons? You know what I'm talking about. Come on. Okay, freeze these 2 laddies. I mean, I don't think you need to freeze a dragon, but give him a chance, you know? Why not? You never know what you might find in your next shop. Hang on. Listen, I promise you this is not meant to be BM. I haven't seen my hippo die in so long that I actually got a little scared there. I'll tell you, we will not be buying a dragon. We're on a different level here. Different setup. I would gladly sell you. And I would gladly purchase you and then move you up a little. I mean, this is crazy, man. It's the greatest looking squad you're ever going to see in your life. I've never been more confident that we're guaranteed to win this round. Eep. Never mind. We're fine. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And, of course, I'll see you next time. See ya!